Welcome back to FM21 Redemption, and what better way to achieve it than winning the Coupe de France? And what an opportunity we've got. We're playing a team from the division below us who are sat in the relegation zone. However, we have a barrier. We are facing Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-final in just 3 days' time. It means for today, we're not going to be selecting any of our leading players. In fact, we're picking a second choice 11. Never has a game had giant killing written over it quite as much as this. Hardly ideal to be going into a major final without any of your star players, but we're going to try and get the job done today by means of saying thank you to patron number 4 that's joined the channel. The EspressoCat Jackie has been with us since way back in FM20. They have their own YouTube channels, by the way, producing both FM and non-FM content. You'll find links down in the description below. And we're going to try and say a massive big thank you to the EspressoCat by getting a cup final win today. So here's the situation at the moment. We're doing well. We're not losing games. We've only lost 1 in the last 4 or 5 months, but we are throwing in far too many draws, 2 more in the league since you were last with us for that Ajax Champions League game. It means that we're still in 3rd place, qualifying for the Champions League, but we're level on points with Lyon in 4th, and they've got a game in hand that they are playing tomorrow. We've got to play Lyon in the run-in, but it's just after a Champions League second leg against Real Madrid, and on the final day of the season we're going to champions-elect Monaco. That's going to be a tough game to get anything out of as well, so we're starting to think that maybe we might struggle to be qualifying to lose for the Champions League for a 2nd season running. It's a luxury to be playing in cup finals and Champions League semi-finals, but it is starting to hinder our league form. But we've got a job to do today. Let's introduce you to the boys for whom it's going to be a big occasion, and we're going to rely on to go and get the job done whilst our leading lights sit on the bench. So let's run you through our cup final team. And if you don't know some of these players, well, you are forgiven. I'm not sure I know all of them myself. We're going to start with Bruno Nix. I think our first choice goalie can handle 2 big games in 3 days. We've got a player at left back who, well, very much is an auxiliary player. He's Alban Del Mar. He's played a few games this season, 10 in total. He was out on loan in the division below last season. He's averaging over a 7, I suppose, but he's nowhere near as good as Giroud. Maybe slightly better depth at right back. Patrick Dubois is a former wonder kid, and he's got some pretty decent attributes. Delmar's brother, by the way, old Gino, is going to be playing in midfield for us today. Gino came in at the start of the season, has racked up 18 appearances, largely as a rotation option. He's getting close to pulling a 7 as well. Going forward, we're still going to rotate the squad, but we've got some more familiar names. Hartman's going to be in midfield. Runnigan is going to play over on the right. Old Dave Labate is going to be playing one of his final games. He's off to join Metz at the end of the season. A guy that started his career at Dover in the Vanarama National is going to be playing in the French Cup final today and may well be on the bench for a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. So quite the rise to prominence he's had. And up front, we're going to have our 2 backup strikers, but 2 that you know well. We're putting the big man out, Salah Al-Beloushi. He's been nowhere near the player he was since he suffered that 9-month injury layoff. But he's playing against a team from Ligue 2, and when he was last at that level, he was electric. Hopefully he can do the business for us today. And then Ben Yedder is valued at £18 million. He's not had a glorious season. He's only hit the back of the net 8 times. But against a team from the division below, we're hoping he can show that his class is good enough for that calibre of opposition. We've got some big names on the bench in case we need them, because we can smell a giant killing in this tie. Mallet's there, Carvot's there, Chan's there, all to come off the bench. I'm hoping that we don't need them. The game against Grenoble is a gift on paper. If we have a look at where they are in the table, we'll see that they are currently lying down there in 18th place. looking at a relegation playoff play-out just to survive in League Dub. But we know, Football Manager, curveballs are always around the next corner. It's not going to be as simple as turning up and just blowing them away, I feel, particularly when you're putting out your second string 11. Let's get out there and see whether our boys can bring the trophy home. Okay, the cup final is underway. Grenoble are in red. We are in our usual lilac shirts. And we're sending a ball over the top straight away, and Benayeda nearly got in. He's tried to play the ball back to Labate and given it away, and actually the kickoff highlight is going to the opposition. I've got a terrible sense of foreboding that this game's going to go horribly wrong. We'll get a player sent off. We'll give away a penalty. We'll be losing 1-0. We'll have to chase the game. They'll score a second. There's no way we should be losing to this team, even with our starting 11 all benched. But we know that Football Manager has this horrible way of just punishing you, and twice Grenoble have got in inside the opening 2 minutes and almost punished us. I'm pretty pleased we decided to go with Bruno Nix, by the way, because he stood up tall for that shot. It's highlight time again, and it's not for us. We've got to try and win the ball back. There's us diving in on the edge of the box. I think you can see by Grenoble's sliding tackles that they might have hard tackling on as well. And they're in again, and they have scored. And the giant killing that we feared is on the cards after 17 minutes. What a terrible start we've made to this game. A huge error, you might say, to leave out all of your starting 11 when there's no way we're going to beat Real Madrid in the Champions League. But I've got to at least give it a shot, haven't I? And these boys cannot play 2 major games in, the space of 72 hours. But it means that we are just staring at cup humiliation now. And Grenoble aren't done, because they're coming at us again. And they are in again. And they have had 2 great efforts there. This is looking like an absolute tragedy of a performance. We're on the 30-minute mark. We've not had an attacking highlight yet. We're going to berate them for the second time. We gave it all of the right answers in the press conference. Look at the XG. The boys have had a nightmare of a first half. I've got to go off and throw some water bottles, and we've got to come back and put in a better performance, because this is ultimate FM21 embarrassment. Okay, we're back underway, and this is humiliating. I've had to make 2 changes at half time. I've brought on Mallet, who's just taken that free kick because Benayeda was playing terribly. And I've also brought Carvot on to play wide for us as well. I'm hoping that maybe that first half was just, a reaction to the fact that we were playing a second choice 11 and they can grow into the game. And after the water bottle that was thrown at half time, maybe we've stung them into life. We've got some set piece highlights, although we don't really make a lot of it. And we have got to try and score a goal just to force extra time or penalties. We've gone over the top. Mallet's in. He's run the ball out of play. And my goodness, we're on 55 minutes and we've still not found the breakthrough. Now we have. It's come through Armel Kouame. Who, you cry? That's right, the Armel Kouame. He's a player we signed as cover for the start of our first season in Ligue 1, I think. He's not played a lot. I tell you what, he is like a son to me now, because if he bails us out from this hole that we were digging for ourselves, I will be mightily grateful now. Okay, final 20 minutes. We've taken Hartman off because he was struggling for fitness and had been booked, even though he's actually playing quite well. We've brought Salim Chan on, probably our best player, but we're going into just 10 minutes left and we've still not found the breakthrough. We've got a highlight again. At least all the highlights seem to be coming for us now. And Mallet's in. And he's had an effort, and their keeper has performed absolute heroics. We're going to urge the boys for a little bit more. We're going to demand more from them. We've got a corner. We're going to go short. We haven't. We've slung it in. And they've rescued that one pretty easily. Now we're into what, just 5-6 minutes left. It's highlight time again. We've gone long, we've given the throw-in away. If we concede now, I don't think we're getting back into this game. How can a team do so well in the Champions League and then the players that are just below them in the pecking order do so badly in a French Cup final? Al Belushi's offered very little today. He's on a 6.7, but he's not really been involved in the game. Mallet's closing the ball down for us now. Chan's got it to Carvot. He's got the pace, the trickery. He's gone past a man. He's got Mallet with him. And we're not even celebrating that goal. I almost feel like letting Grenoble have one back at the other end. 2-1. 2-1 is not enough to feel like this was a well-deserved victory. We should have come out here and scored 3-4 goals. Maybe it shows the difference between our starting 11 and our backup players, because since we've brought on Carvot and Mallet and Chan, well, we've looked a lot better. Thank goodness those players are going to be playing for us against Real Madrid, because if we were putting out any of this second string, I think we'd be in an awful lot of trouble. We've got now a minute plus injury time. We've slung another corner in. I think we could rescue it and still attack. The highlight fades out. This is a proper highlight though. Still plenty of time for Grenoble to grab an equaliser, by the way. And I don't know whether there's extra time in this competition or whether we go straight to the penalties. They've definitely got plenty of players forward. We've dived in. That's a free kick. I was worried we might have given away a penalty then, I think. I'm just going to ease back on how attacking we're playing, and what, to be saying that in injury time against a team from the division below is humiliation enough. So I think putting time wasting on against Grenoble in the cup final is the ultimate embarrassment. This is meant to be FM21 Redemption. We're winning the game. I think this is still FM21 humiliation, to be honest. Maybe a third goal might just make me forgive the boys, and Al Belushi's in. And he's proven why he's no longer a leading goal scorer anymore. And he gets those chances. He's not tucking them away. We've got Salim Chan. He tried to feed the ball to Mallet. We've still got time to nick a third, though. Dubois up for the corner still. Runnigan's there. Dubois over on the wrong side of the pitch. He's our right back. And he can't get the ball into the area. Here's Gino. And he has just dabbed the ball back to one of their players when you're, 30 seconds from full time. He's given them a chance to go in and equalise. And he's through, by the way. And that is a huge tackle, I think, from the player that scored the opening goal for us, Kwame. But they're in again. You know, there's gaps all over our defence. It was offside. This is an abject performance from the boys. One of the problems with not having the finances to build a squad capable of competing in the league and European competition is that we're playing some pretty substandard players at the moment. But still good enough to get the job done. The boys are going out there to lift a trophy I'm not even sure they deserved. It's nice to see them on the podium. We're not too proud that we won't take this little moment. But really, 2-1, being a goal down at half-time? This is not the cup final that you dreamt of growing up. I'm glad we didn't put the suit on now. We would have been particularly overdressed for this occasion. Yeah, we're getting to see the ticker tape that we didn't get to see when we won the league title, but these boys have got some cheek giving it large in front of their own fans. I think Grenoble are the real heroes of the afternoon, and even in injury time, I think they would have been a well-deserved equaliser if they'd have scored it. We got a couple of good performances, I suppose. Look at the subs we brought on. Mallet, Chan, Carvot, all doing well. Chan only had 20 minutes on the pitch, was still the best of our midfield players. So we've won the trophy, but we did not look great. But we have now got the next prize to go and play for. Let's be brutally honest. Real Madrid is the toughest draw I think we could have got for a Champions League semi-final that we should never have been in. But we can dream, can't we? After that somewhat limp showing in the cup final, if we could make up for it and somehow find a way of at least giving Real a game, well, maybe we'd be back on for FM21 Redemption.